Good afternoon. Welcome on into another episode of From Day One. This afternoon, we head on over to Irish Demon, who's got ourselves some fun with a smug defendant. Irish?
I haven't done this game for quite a while, and actually I haven't worked in the courts for a very long time. I've seen a lot of situations where people couldn't keep their mouths shut and ended up getting themselves locked up, where they maybe normally wouldn't have or could have easily just walked out the door with a fine or whatever. Now, we've seen a few cases in Judge Middleton's court and Judge Simpson's court where people start acting up and they get sent in. Usually that's for criminal matters. I must say, this is one of the first times, if not the first times, that I've seen a guy who, by the way, is explosively irritating and just won't shut up. But this is the first time I've ever seen a guy
Yeah.
almost get locked up for a landlord-tenant matter, especially one where he is one of the landlords and the tenant as well, kind of. It's kind of hard to explain, but you're going to have a look at it. Now, bear with me with this format for a little bit. I just received my new laptop that I'm still kind of working out and things like that. Thank you so much for that, Steve. I'll be in touch with you soon about how it's all going. But basically switching softwares and all that kind of stuff. It's going to take a little while to get back to kind of how things were. But anyway, I wanted to share this video with you. I saw it as well over on my friend Colin Definitely Not Cromwell's channel. I was listening to it on my headphones while I was driving. I was like, I can't wait to go home and make this video, but I hadn't had the laptop set up. This guy is without a doubt one of the most irritating people that I've ever come across in court. So we're going to have a look at it and let me know what you think down below.
All right,
Let's see how this goes.
David McCurchy. Stephen Langland is here on behalf of the estate of Linda Hahn. This is a property on US 12 here in St. Joe County. Tamara Carver is here. I'm not quite sure how she's connected to this. Miss Carver, what's your connection?
I am the legal representative for the estate.
Yeah, yes, you're listed as the PR. All right.
Yeah, that was known as by her maiden name Hahn, H-A-H-N.
All right.
Now, while they're sorting that out, just let you know, I've only kind of heard little bits of this as I was driving and had to keep getting in and out of the car and lost Bluetooth coverage. So I'm waiting to see kind of how explosive this actually is in its
Someone
totality.
is logging in as Arnold or Hey Arnold. See who that is.
Hey, Arnold.
Yeah, so this guy starts going off at the judge at one point. I did catch the part where...
I appreciate the 90s reference, Judge.
Yeah.
It was a great show, to be fair.
You're a Nickelodeon kid?
I just know loads of you other 90s kids back there, as soon as he said that somebody's logging in as Hey Arnold, we're like, Hey Arnold!
A little bit.
I was a Nick kid too, to be fair.
I don't know if I have anybody. Oh, Arnold will be on Mr. Becker's case. All right, Mr. Langland, let's talk about your case. This is a estate. The matter is being requested for possession. We do not have service. The service is by attachment. And Mr. McCurchy isn't here.
He was here earlier.
What's the status, Mr. Langland?
Well, Your Honor, I'm going to just give you a little background on this case. This is a probate estate filed in front of Judge Tomlinson 8 months ago. One of
But that's his sound that's really bad, not mine.
Real estate. Ms. Hahn is the successor personal representative. Judge Tomlinson personal representative.
Steve, you're breaking up. I'm having a really hard time hearing everything that you...
In Ireland, we usually, but nowadays we'd say you're breaking up because of the, Americanization of language, I suppose. But in Ireland, we say, you're coming and going there, Pat. I can't hear you. You're coming and going.
Let me hold you a little.
You're miles away.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I can hear you now, Pat.
Okay. So this was filed in front of Judge Tomlinson as a probate estate 18 months ago. One of the assets of the estate is this parcel of real estate. The original personal representative was removed by Judge Tomlinson for his failure to A, liquidate the real estate, and perform his other fiduciary duties. And then Ms. Hahn was appointed as the successor. We're having the same problem here. One of the heirs, her brother David, has possession of this home, and his possession of it prevents the personal representative from performing her duties such as cleaning out the house, making necessary repairs, and marketing it. This estate should have been wrapped up at least a year ago, and because we haven't been able to sell the real estate, we've been able to do that. So basically all we're asking for is a judgment of possession, asking Mr. McCurchie to vacate the premises so that the personal representative can perform her statutory duties.
We've
Now, there-
had probably 7 or 8 of these in 2023 with an estate, and one of the siblings won't vacate. There's a dispute. He was served by attachment. Ms. Carver, is he still there?
Yes, sir.
Well, he wouldn't try to get served. Because I have service by attachment, Mr. Langland, I have to continue this matter for 7 days. Otherwise, I could do a default.
Sure.
If anyone knows David McCurchie, and I do know of him, here he is, late to the party.
This is gonna get juicy from here on in. I can tell you that much right now.
He was here earlier, and then I lost him. He never got his sound connected.
The
People
sister's
try to
face.
practice doing Zoom, and they've never done it before, 1 minute before the hearing. To his credit, he was here quite a while ago, but I never figured out who he was. Is that David McCurchie? Tamara?
I don't see him. Hold on. I believe so, yes. I can't see his video, but
Well, he's also driving, and I don't do anything with people that are driving. Mr. McCurchie, can you hear me?
I can now.
Pull
Here we
your
go.
car over. We don't do court with people wearing a hat and a moving
Well,
truck.
I just had to pull over because some people work for a living.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Well, yeah, here we
yes.
go.
Here we go.
Yes, they do. So do we. So you tried to log in earlier. And then
Well,
you were
because I
walking
thought it was
around.
8. I thought it was 8:30, sir.
You thought wrong.
Well, you're here now, so
Yes,
let
sir.
me take a minute and advise you of your rights as a tenant in a landlord-tenant proceeding.
Okay, I'm not a tenant. I'm an owner.
Mr. Harrington, can you hear me?
The iOS operating system and one for your
Mr.
Android.
Harrington, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, for fuck's
All right,
sake.
well, I'm gonna advise you of your rights as well. As a defendant in
Video.
a landlord-tenant proceeding, including non-payment of rent, mortgage foreclosure, or termination of tenancy, you have the following legal rights.
Yes, sir.
You have the right to obtain counsel for representation in this matter.
We know all this stuff, so we'll just skip past this.
If the action is in Human Services agreeable, the city resolution, if you do read, would waive the rights. Your motion.
I'm sure most of you watching this right now could probably read that off, word for word, especially Judge Simpson's stuff. If you're not desirous, meaning wanting to, etc.
Mr. McCurchie.
Yes, sir.
CK.
My beard.
Mr. Langland, who's representing the estate, gave a little rundown before you came in. They wish to close this estate and sell this property. Your sister, Tamara Carver, is the personal representative, and they brought this action to remove you from the premises so they can sell it.
Okay.
And what's your position?
Let me give you a little rundown on this.
Yes, please.
The representative for our attorney for our estate met with me and my brother Daryl in Kalamazoo before the first Zoom meeting with her taking over the property.
Durr.
And he said, "Oh, I had the judge's phone number. I'll just call him if somebody's gonna contest it, and then we'll set a hearing instead of just having a Zoom meeting." Well, apparently that never happened. Okay, number two, I am not a tenant. I'm part owner of that property.
Well, who is the attorney you were talking to?
The one that represents our estate.
What's
Met
that
with me and
attorney's
Daryl
name?
He met with me and Daryl McCurchy, my
Durr.
brother.
What's his name?
Steven something.
Steven, that kind of narrows it down, doesn't it?
It's
I
the
think
one that's
he's referring to
represented. It's the one that's on the Zoom call.
All right, so he met with you, Mr. Langland?
Yes, I met with he and his brother who are also heirs of the estate. We are trying to determine if any of the other heirs wanted to become the successor personal representative. He expressed an interest in it. So there was a Zoom hearing in front of Judge Tomlinson, and no one showed up to contest Ms. Hahn's request that she be appointed. I think that's what he's referring to. I said, I will get a hold of the court and they will set it for a Zoom hearing.
No, it was already set for a Zoom hearing.
All right, Mr. McCurchy, you're right. You're a tenant because you're living there.
Excuse me,
and
sorry,
you're
guys.
a part owner of the property as an
There
heir
you go.
to the estate.
That's not a tenant.
Just shut up and leave him explain it, man.
All right, well, the problem is you're not the whole owner, and the other
Nope.
owners want to sell the
Neither is she.
property and divide the assets.
Oh,
So they're asking.
Are they all in the Zoom meeting?
No, just you.
Okay, because I don't remember my three brothers in a big hurry to sell the property.
Well, the personal representative gets to make that decision, not,
Well,
it's not a family vote. So
again,
anyway,
if
Mr.
our
McCurdy-
state attorney would have done what he told my brother that he was going to do, because my brother was going to take over. He said he would call and set up a hearing instead of a Zoom meeting, and he
Well,
didn't do that.
That didn't happen. So there is
You're
a
right.
personal representative appointed by Judge Tomlinson. That's Tamara
Okay.
Carver. This estate has been in the works for 18 months or so.
Yeah,
And the other heirs want to sell this property
they said
and
that.
divide the money. And you would get your share as an heir.
Did they sign
the-
affidavits stating that?
They don't have to.
The guy in the middle.
The personal
So-
representative has brought this action. You're
Who said
in the
that-
house.
Who said the other three were ready to sell it?
Nobody.
Oh, okay.
The personal representative is ready to sell it.
Okay, hold on. Let me give you a rundown on the personal
Well,
representative.
I don't need any more information, but you.
That's what I
do.
thought. She's a thief. That's why I locked the house up.
Oh, I
All
didn't
right,
see this
well,
bit.
at some
I've got
point-
documentation and proof that she's a thief, and I got documentation that she lied under oath the last time, saying that she had a state company come out there look. No, she didn't, because I've got 8 cameras on that property watching every
All right, well,
inch of it.
All right.
Drink some water, bro. I got 8 cameras watching that. He sounds like that guy from Waterboy. You know, the assistant coach in Waterboy. I gotta get down there now.
When she gives back the shit she stole from the estate, I'll happily move.
All right. Well, here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
They're asking you to move. The
Okay.
law requires that I set this for another hearing, at least
There you
7
go.
days of which.
We'll do
So
that.
if they get what they ask for next Friday, you'd have 10 days to move out. Or the
No.
sheriff will come throw your stuff out and
But
an
I'd like
eviction.
to see him try it.
Yeah,
He
well,
will.
that's happened before too.
Yeah.
So, all right, it would be
Again, when she
enforceable.
returns the shit she stole from the estate, I'll happily
right.
leave.
Okay, I don't know. This happens. As I said, I've had a lot of these, and this is about right up with some others I had. One guy barricaded himself in there for several months. Finally,
I
they
didn't
got him
barricade
out.
myself in. I've been working
No,
on
not
renovating
you.
the house.
That was a different case.
Well, what I'm telling you, if you give me a minute to speak, I know you don't care, but because, Tammy's got all these
Just a
fabricated
minute,
shit.
Mr. McCurchy. If you insult me again, I'm
I
going
didn't.
to remove
I
you
didn't
from
insult
this
you.
hearing. Yes, you did, and the insult is in the eyes of the beholder.
He's
which
an
is
insult
me.
to humanity.
So you listen to what I'm trying to tell you.
What the fuck was that?
I'm gonna continue this matter until next Friday afternoon.
Well, I gotta have an attorney before that, so.
Well, certainly, and legal aid is here for you to
Oh, I'll get one, but it's gonna take us a minute to, organize stuff. Like I said, I have documentation where she was stealing stuff from the house, so I locked it up to keep the house
Well,
secure.
as I told you, you have a right to hire an attorney, and you could request that legal aid get involved. Legal aid probably wouldn't handle this type of
Oh, I'll
case.
hire an attorney. I'll hire a real one.
All right. Well, legal aid attorneys are among the most knowledgeable landlord-tenant attorneys out there, but nonetheless, you can choose who you wish. I'm going to continue this to next Friday at 3 o'clock.
Okay, I'll have my attorney extend it.
All right.
No, you'll have your attorney request extended. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. I hate when people are like that. If they think that if they pay an attorney or a lawyer or a barista, isn't that right, Chili? Once they pay them to do something, that's just magically going to happen. That's not the case.
Okay, I'll have my attorney extend it.
All right. Now, you need to be here live. And if you
I'll be there.
give me an insult or you roll your eyes at me like you did here, I'm going to have the bailiff take you into custody for contempt.
There it is.
So you need to be here live in person at 3 o'clock next Friday. You don't get a Zoom privilege.
I don't want to be privileged. I want to be live.
Good.
All right. Well, you will be here live and you will be respectful.
I'm generally respectful, except for when somebody's stealing from my parents.
All right.
And I
Well,
have documentation and proof.
all right. Well, that's all well and good. That may be something for another case. This matter is about the fact they want you to vacate the house so they can sell it. And
Well,
it isn't a family vote. The personal representative gets to make that choice. So I will see you next Friday at 3 o'clock live here at the courthouse. The others are permitted to appear by Zoom. All right, David, I'll see you then. And if you get a lawyer, they know how to file an appearance and do what they need to do.
oh, I'm going to get a lawyer.
All right, very good.
He gone. Lads and lassies, this is exactly what happens. This is exactly what happens when siblings make babies with each other. I mean, I don't know. You tell me down below what you think, right? Because I'm thinking, if any of you have ever experienced anybody who, let's just say it's straight, who uses methamphetamines, the kind of attitude that he was displaying, the vocal kind of expression, the visuals as well, it gives me that kind of methy vibe, right? The kind of meth mouth, the way he's talking, the way his mind's working, you know what I mean? It's like she may well have stolen stuff from the house. I don't know. I'm not going to say she did or didn't. I don't know. People do that. But that has no bearing on this case. Like, that's a criminal matter or potentially civil because he could call it stealing, you know how it goes. But anyway, either way, it's got absolutely nothing to do with this case, right? So if they want to sell the gaff, then they can sell it. I assume. I'm not a lawyer, but I assume that is the case. Yeah, I do remember, though, after that, there was a little bit of talk, so let's have a quick look.
All right, he didn't want to talk to you, but Maggie wanted to talk to a real lawyer.
All right, I felt in good company.
I'm gonna tell him he should probably call Thomas Becker. He's very knowledgeable about this kind of thing.
I appreciate that. That's what I need.
All right, we will adjourn this. Defendant intends to retain counsel.
I'm happy to share the love, Tom.
Well, so yeah, there we go. This is the kind of stereotypical family gone to shit kind of scenario. Like, again, I don't know what happened behind closed doors, or unclosed doors, it seems, because he went and locked up the place after she allegedly stole stuff. Either way, that has, again, absolutely no bearing on the case itself, right? So this is a matter of they want him to move out. My understanding, again, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know, but my understanding is that they have the right to do that. They have the right to sell the house, whether he wants to or not. Just his behavior in general, he just seems like an idiot, frankly. You know, one of these people, I bet you this guy believes in, like, I don't know, contrails and flat earth and, you know, all that usual kind of nonsense. Or, like, I don't know, the secret lizard people in government. Although that one, you know, that one could be true, who knows. But anyway, lads and lassies, thank you so much for joining me today. I really like this format. Now, I got a lot of heat the last time I did this format, and I accept fully that I talked way too much because it was particularly enjoyable and I did it like I would be doing a live stream. So yeah, I did definitely talk a whole lot too much in that one, and I think I did a little bit better in this one. So please do let me know down below if you prefer this kind of format. Now, coming up later on my members only part of the channel,
All right, I'm going to